What's up, guys? Renasant here. Welcome back to the channel. So we are picking up right where we left off on the last episode. We are in Firelink Shrine right now. I've not done anything, haven't gone anywhere. I just wanted to come over here to talk to the Firekeeper so we can level up. I'm actually going to go ahead and invest a lot of points in Vigor just so we will have adequate health for the next couple levels. So as you can see, going from 16 Vigor to 21 Vigor, our HP goes from 594 to 804. So almost, well, over 200 points there. So very, very valuable. We also need a lot of endurance. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to 18, 16 endurance. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Go ahead and spread that out some. So we've leveled up. Remember the last episode we beat the Curse Ride Great Wood. We went and helped Sigurd kill the fire demon, and we made it to the Road of Sacrifices bonfire. So this guy was actually gone. He's back now. Hawkwood is back. So let's talk to him.
Ooh, yet to give in, eh? Good. The Firekeeper must be twitching with delight. But what do you really know about these Lords of Cinder? These supposed legends? Let's take Aldrich for one. A right and proper cleric. Only he developed a habit of devouring men. He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep, and they made him a Lord of Cinder, not for virtue, but for might. Such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, do we have a sodding chance?
So, Crestfallen Bro is he's in his feels basically.
At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path still runs below the tower in the undead settlement. It was used to transport sacrifices to the Cathedral of the Deep. You should see where it leads, if you've the stones for it. You haven't given up yet? Then you're a brasher lad than I thought. You can make better use of this. I don't need it. Not now I've flown the coop. The Undead Legion of Farron is a caravan of undead, sworn by wolf's blood to contain the abyss. The Legion will bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure. Joyous bunch, really. Gaining admission to the Legion is a matter of some ceremony. Inside their keep, snuffing out the flames of 3 altars opens the door to the wolf blood. Even accursed undead want to believe they're special, it seems. I pity the sorry souls. Gaining admission.
Alright, so Hawkwood unfortunately had a lot to say there. Which basically he's given us a warning of where we're heading next. Basically you heard him talk about the Road of Sacrifices, which of course we're on right now. He talked about the Cathedral of the Deep, which is an area for later, and then also the Farron Keep, which is also an area for later. It seems that Hawkwood is actually a soldier of Farron, and judging by his dialogue, he absconded. He basically left. That's probably, maybe he just felt it was so hopeless, and I mean, now look how depressed and sad he is. But you also know he gave us a massive hint that for new players could be a little bit confusing. He talked about snuffing out 3 flames. That'll come into play more later, but once we get to Farron Keep, you will see what that means. Basically, to advance in that area, there's 3 giant towers of flame that we have to extinguish, or 3 candles really. So we'll come to that, but for now we are gonna actually head, if you remember in the last episode, at the very end, we came up here and talked to old Ringfinger Leonhard, who is gone now, but the reason we talked to him is because we had a Pale Tongue in our inventory. If you don't have a Pale Tongue in your inventory, I don't believe he will give you the lift chamber key. Key to the room of the lift that descends to the deepest dungeon in Lothric. A surviving Darkwraith from the land swallowed by darkness is said to be held there. So what we want to do is go ahead and... I don't have anything going on there. We want to go ahead and go to the... I believe it is... Oh, you're gonna get me lying. I believe it's the High Wall of Lothric bonfire. And just as I said that, I realized that that is not the correct bonfire. So, disregard. Don't go to that one. Tower on the Wall bonfire is where we want to go. And if you remember when we were in this area before, there's a locked door that we couldn't access, and that is what this area, or that is where the key will go to, is that locked door, obviously. Please don't throw knives at me, friend. I mean, see, poise is just non-existent, I swear. So you want to come all the way down here. There'll be a big dude down here. Yeah, there he is. Nothing you shouldn't be able to handle. And this door right here. Use lift chamber key. So there you go. We're going to take that lift down. And so the enemy down here, as you can see, it was called a Darkwraith. There's a lot of lore behind Darkwraiths that we're not going to get into for this game, but as you can see, this fine gentleman has slayed his share of Lothric Knights, and they're not that tough. They fight very similar to NPCs. They can be tough, and there's not very many in the game. There's only 4, I think, total in the whole game. 3 of which respawn, or it might just be 2 of them that respawn. This one does not, so you can pretty easily just see if we can sneak up on him. We might be wearing too heavy of armor. Yeah, so you just sneak right up behind them and backstab them like that. Now, there's a lot of moves that you want to watch out for with this guy. That is one of them. That is what's called a Dark Hand. So it's effectively a very powerful shield. As you can see, they're not that hard to kill. You really just want to get in like that cheesy backstab at the beginning, and then a charged R2, followed by just a couple of normal attacks on him. And as you can see, he drops this red eye orb, and that's a guaranteed drop. Online play item: invade other worlds at will. Defeat a host of embers of the world you've invaded to gain the strength of fire. The red eye orb is rooted in a tiny land swallowed by darkness long ago. Some choose to put the orb to other uses. To embark on this path, enter the service of Rosaria in the Cathedral of the Deep. We are not going to do that for right now, but go ahead and get that red eye orb. It's a good thing to get. So for right now, we're just going to head back up to our bonfire, and we're going to progress in the storyline. We're going to go back to the Road of Sacrifices bonfire. And, of course, it's a very easy way. Just go right back up the elevator. And you want to climb up these stairs. Or climb up this ladder, excuse me. And again, up the stairs. This guy's PO'd. We don't know why. We actually poised through that. I'm shocked. Just come up here. Voila. So we're going to go ahead and go to the Road of Sacrifices bonfire. This is fair warning. This area is extremely linear. At least this initial area is extremely linear. And also, by the way, as you can see, that Outrider Knight does not respawn that we killed here. But yeah, as I was saying, this is a very linear area. There's not really a way to get lost in this area. But nonetheless, we'll still do a walkthrough. Obviously, jumping off there will kill you. But you can see quite a bit from right here. So right off the rip, you see this guy. I'd recommend just go ahead and taking him out of commission. So you can see that those guys sprout wings. These are called Corvian. They sprout wings and basically lose their mind. So you can see quite a few of them dotted throughout this area. You can see a couple of them waiting right there. Not really an ambush, but they are there. You see some over there. That one's actually a Corvian shaman, so you can see, or shaman. You can see these all have scythes, and that one has a staff. So, and then of course, Lothar, perhaps. And what is that? I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, all right. So that was fun. Don't do what I just did there. Basically getting out of my binoculars, I just hopped right off. So I'm going to go ahead and Ember again. Remember, using this Ember allows you to be invaded. I'm not using this for online reasons. I'm just using it for NPC invasions. So NPCs, because NPCs can't invade you either if you're not Embered. Sorry, I had to sneeze. There's the souls. So this guy's back, unfortunately. So we just want 1, 2, 3. So that's the best way to handle those, I guess, is 3. This one down here, you can just plunging attack. And then one more hit should do the trick. Go ahead and get this Shriving Stone. Shriving Stone is a gem of infused titanite, also known as Stark Stone. Reverses weapon infusion. So I've never found this to be useful, but effectively, let's say we infused our claymore with a raw gem, made it a raw claymore. We could use this to effectively undo that. There's not much purpose to it, but you can do it. Go ahead and get this item. Yes, it's a soul item. We're going to go over here and check out this area. I believe there's another Corvian over here. There is. So 1, 2, 3, dead. Easy peasy. You'll notice some treasure over there. Be careful about that jumping. And of course we did see these guys earlier as well. So the best way to handle them is just to probably run in, go ahead and attack them. 2, 3. Don't let them knock you off the cliff. There is the first Corvian shaman I've encountered. You can look over here. There's nothing over here except for death and despair. You'll notice an area down there we can go to. Shaman, same deal. Rush. 1, 2, 3. Don't miss. Easy as pie. So you'll notice quite a bit going on down here. And you'll also notice that we can just come down here and jump down. And we're going to go back this way. So as you're walking down here, you're going to see this item, but be prepared. So go ahead and pick up the item. Brigand Axe. who is this? This is... It'll say... Oh god. Well... Anyway, this is a character... Oh no. Oh no. Don't let that happen. This is a character from Dark Souls 1 named Maneater Mildred. That giant thing she's holding is called a butcher's knife. And as you can see, it is quite dangerous. She will rip your stamina to shreds. And she also has great range. And yes, she did just throw crap on us. She's literally throwing dung pies. She's not a bad fighter. Ooh. Also though, Maneater Mildred, does not have Estus. So kind of makes her a little less dangerous, the fact that she can't heal. But she will drop that butcher's knife for us, so we can go ahead and read that. And we also picked up the brigand axe. Axe favored by brigands of a distant land. So it's not much lore there, but the butcher's knife though is an awesome weapon. Butcher's knife with an oddly large blade wielded by the mad woman haunting the road of sacrifices. Squarely landed hits restore HP. Back in the Undead Settlement, the woman acquired a taste for human flesh, of which she took glee in partaking. So that thing is actually a really good weapon. The HP gain off of it is not it's not amazing, but regardless, it's a pretty BA weapon. Come down here, we're gonna get all the brigand gear, which actually looks pretty good. Pretty interesting. We'll read it. Leather armor from a foreign land probably belonged to a brigand who met his match. Shocker. In foreign lands, undead were banished to send a message to populace, and when the message was not heard, they banished the living too. We're actually going to rock this mirror vest because we look badass. We look like a prince. So just keep on down the track and get the brigand twin daggers. So there's a lot going on here. All this brigand equipment. Where are those dang things? There they are. These paired daggers are the preferred weapons of the brigands of a distant land. When two-handed, the wielder holds a blade in each hand, allowing for divergent attacks that include left-handed moves. So it's a very interesting weapon. They're paired twin daggers, and you can quick step with them as well. So just continue along the path here. Like I said, this is a fairly linear area. Because this is where we came from. False. This is not where we came from. Just chop those guys up and get this Titanite. You'll see this is where we came from. As you can see, that's where we were. So just to give you an idea, you can jump back down there and go back the way we came. That's where the brigand stuff was, down there. So we're going to continue on our path here. Except for we're going to go this way now. Now, I'd recommend just going and chopping this guy up. Ugh. Go ahead and chop that guy up first. And then also just go ahead and start getting into these guys. Don't worry about the poison. Your main concern should be these super aggro birdmen, these Korgan. And then you can come up here and take care of the shaman, and also get an ember for your troubles. So I recommend just doing that right off the rip, so you don't have to deal with their their annoyingness. Oh, we left one alive. Easy money. So yeah, go ahead and handle all them. You'll notice an item down there. So of course we want to get that. The best way to go about doing it is to just drop off right here. And you'll land right there. You will take a little bit of fall damage. No worries, we're almost at a bonfire. The main thing you want to watch out for as you're coming over here is, yeah, that a-hole right there. Freaking dogs. Man, it's always dogs. And then his little buddy. Oh my goodness, he toxic me. God, these things are annoying. Yeah, that one's like bloated, so those bloated ones will spit toxic at you. So, and we're gonna get our first divine tome down here, which is awesome. The Braille Divine Tome of Kareem. Learn high miracles of Kareem. A sacred Braille tome from Kareem, filled with advanced miracles. Give to a storyteller to learn advanced miracles. In the Way of White, there is a tradition of placing great faith in the words of the blind, and Braille tomes are not unusual. So Braille, so of course, Arena of Kareem is who we're going to give that to. She's blind. That's Braille. She's from Kareem. It's from Kareem. It all goes together, you see. And then we're also going to get Morn's Ring, which is a fantastic item, but not for us. So what it does is boost miracles. It's a malformed ring given to Knights of Kareem, which Morn was. So Morn served the goddess Katha and later became an apostle of the Archbishop. They labored together to provide comfort to the suffering. So if you are rocking a faith build, that is going to be a ring that you 100% want to get. Do not want to miss that. One of the most valuable rings in the game if you will be casting miracles, be a faith build. Okay, so the way to get out of here, excuse me, is actually you'll go up this path over by the dogs. Another Corvian, huh? Now this one's got red eyes, so he's gonna be a little bit, he's gonna hit a little bit harder than the other ones, but nothing you shouldn't be able to handle. I already killed that joker. And we walk through here, and guess what? Bonfire City! Dun, 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 dun. Welcome! You also notice a couple of jabronis sitting over here. These are Henri and Horace. So we will go ahead and chat with them. This is Henri of Astora.
Oh, hello. How do you do? I am Henri of Astora, unkindled like you. This is Horace, a friend and travelling companion. Are you too in search of the Lords of Cinder? We are well along the road of sacrifices. Below us is the Crucifixion Woods. Beyond the flooded woods lies Farron Keep, home of the undead legion. Further yet is the Cathedral of the Deep. We seek the cathedral, home of the grim Aldrich. We may go our separate ways now, but we are both seekers of lords. The next time we cross paths, one may find the other in a time of need. May the flames guide your way. Oh yes, Horace. He's not very talkative, but don't think ill of him. He's an upstanding, kind-hearted knight, a fine partner for this grueling journey. Without his help, I would have cursed this onerous duty long ago. We are well along the road of beyond we make.
So this is Henri. An interesting thing to note. Well, there's a couple of interesting things. First of all, Henri is the sex of Henri is based on your character's sex. So I'm a male, so Henri is a female. If I was a female, Henri would be a male. So that's interesting. So that tells you that her quest line is unique. Also, she told us basically the path to take. So she said she is onward through the... Well, she's on the road of sacrifices, which that's where we are. She's going next to the Crucifixion Woods, which is conveniently right through that door. And then to the Cathedral of the Deep. So... this is actually kind of a hint of where we want to go when we get to a certain spot in the Crucifixion Woods. Effectively, there's going to be two separate paths that we can take, and we're going to take the one that Henri takes. So we want to go from the Crucifixion Woods to the Cathedral of the Deep. It's very important to remember that order. And she also told us about Horus, who is actually called, which you'll learn this later, Horus the Hushed. The reason he's called the Hushed is... Yes, he has no dialogue, so, but he did give us a Covenant item, and a very fun one at that. So, the Blue Sentinels, faded sheepskin parchment depicting the dark moon and a sword, equipped to pledge oneself to the Blue Sentinels Covenant. When a member of the Way of Blue is threatened by a dark spirit, the Blue Sentinels, in compliance with an ancient accord, assume the form of blue spirits and help to root out in the invader. And summoning takes place automatically. So, basically what this does is if anybody in the world, if you're playing online, if they're wearing a Way of Blue Covenant, if they get invaded and you have a Blue Sentinel Covenant on, you could be summoned to help them. So it's actually super, super, super useful. But we're not going to mess with it right now because we're not playing online. But first things first, we'll go ahead and rest. And then we're going to press forward. And this is the Crucifixion Woods. Thought it would pop up and say it, but it did not. Regardless, we're going to move forward here. You'll notice this guy right off the bat. These guys are not hard to kill. 2 hits will do the job. One thing to note is they have incredible range with those sticks, so be careful of that. In fact, we're just going to avoid this Joker for right now. We're going to go down these stairs here to get a soul item. You'll notice we got a lot going on over here too. We got fools on fools on fools. So we're just going to keep going down here. And we're going to go over here and kill the mushroom men. So the mushroom men should be 2 shot? I thought they were 1 shot. They should be 1 or 2 shots. Very easy to kill. They won't really attack you, but they will poison you, so be careful. They'll spit out a poisonous like fume. One thing to note, as you're killing them, do not venture too far forward, because these guys right here, these guys ain't no joke. These are crucifixion monsters, and you will see they are very, very aggressive. So the best way to handle these guys, my best advice to you is just really, really manage your stamina. He didn't do the attack I was wanting him to do there, where they jump 100 feet in the air just about and come sprinting down at you. If they grab you with that attack, they will munch on your face and it will not be pleasant. There's also one right around this corner that will aggro when you get close enough. So like I said, best thing to do is just manage that stamina and keep your space. You know, keep good spacing in between you and him. Fail. So through this doorway over here, you're going to notice that this is locked. Now, to our left over here is actually one of the most, for a new player, probably one of the most daunting enemies in the game for a new player. And we will look at him right now. So you see this guy and you're like, yeah, screw that. That is a Black Knight. And also, that Black Knight constantly respawns. So this is a great early farming area. But we're going to go fight him. The Black Knight's movesets They're not too bad. The main thing you want to try to do is they don't shield bash quite as much as Lothric Knights and Silver Knights do in this game. So you really just want to hug their right side and kind of circle strafe around them to try to get backstabs. You really want to fish for backstabs. Another thing you can do that I failed at miserably there is parry. But you see, that didn't do a lot of damage. Ooh. Look at that. Just wrecked our stamina. See, they're very easy to backstab. They're hard to fight, but very easy to backstab. Ooh. Do not let him hit you with that. Wow, we got a lucky Black Knight armor drop. That's very lucky. The Black Knight armor is the armor of the Black Knights who roam the lands. The knights served the First Lord Gwyn, then followed him into the flame upon its linking. They became ash, but still wander the realms to this day. So the Black Knights, we'll get more into their lore a little bit later. Again, their lore is very Dark Souls 1 specific, but basically Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, had an army of Silver Knights, which we'll learn more about. And when Gwyn linked the first flame, a bunch of the Silver Knights got his loyalist of followers got singed and turned black. So, but they were still loyal to him. But they basically became desolate and just wandered the areas. So here we get the sellsword armor. So the sellsword armor. Metal armor interwoven with coarse cloth, able to endure the hardships of battle and prolonged travel. It is light considering the build, striking a fine balance between absorption and substance. Actually, decent armor for the weight. You notice there's a lot of items down here. Sellsword twin blades, amazing weapons, by the way. Paired scimitars used by certain sellswords. The scimitars' sharp blades make for effective slashing attacks, but fare poorly against metal armor and tough scale-covered hides. With a scimitar in each hand, the wielder can vary their onslaught with unique left-handed attacks when in the proper stance. So we can't wield them right now, but those are excellent weapons, especially for new players. The downside to them is you really gotta level up your dex a lot, so be aware of that. Also, they can be infused, so... And lastly over here, we got, where is it? The Farron Coal. We actually have 2 key items there. So Farron Coal is a coal used for weapon infusion, long ago used to forge the great swords of the undead legion of Farron. Give to the blacksmith in the shrine to allow the use of gems for heavy, sharp, and poison infusions. So it just lets Andre infuse our weapons with different unique infusions. You'll see there's another one of those giant crystal lizards from the beginning of the game, ravenous crystal lizard. We will get to that, I promise, but not today, for sure. So there's actually a lot going on in this swamp. You'll notice a massive crab over here. I guess we'll go ahead and fight the crab, just because you get some items out of it. So main thing, don't try to cheese him. You want to make sure you're fighting this guy in the water, because... Oh, he tricked me. If you don't fight this guy in the water... That's not good. He will burrow away and regain all his HP, so... Be aware of that. Yeah, you see what he's doing here? Excuse me, I rolled. The reason I'm two-handing right now is because, damn, that hurts. He can actually be staggered. Just like that, and then you can get a good riposte on him. So very useful. So go ahead and kill him. Ignore his little friends there. and you'll get a guaranteed drop, which is the Great Swamp Ring. So how about we get on land to read that? The Great Swamp Ring, another very useful item, but not for us. It's the ring said to be chiseled from the bone of a flame salamander by blighted pyromancers living in the Great Swamp. Boost pyromancies. It is believed that salamanders are the descendants of demons, born of the chaos flame, from which pyromancy is also said to have originated. Very, very useful item if you're going to be a pyromancer, of course. There are a bunch more items in the swamp, but we're not going to get them just yet. We're gonna work our way back the way we came. So remember, we dropped down. Remember, we were looking at those guys from up there. We're gonna go ahead and take care of them. I was hoping that we didn't aggro all these guys at the same time, but just because we're super low on Estus. And you can see this is like Nightmare City trying to fight these. Trying to fight dogs and any other enemy at the same time is like actual hell. But it can still be done. So they were guarding some Titanite. Great. So useful. Like I said, we're not gonna go do more swamp stuff. We will get back to the swamp. But anyway, this is the beginning of the area right here. Instead of dropping down, we're going to just continue along the path. And we're going to actually drop down right here. Right onto some Titanite. Got a couple of shrooms. Nothing too serious there. You'll notice there's a gaggle of mushrooms down here. And I do mean a gaggle. Oh! Didn't even see that guy there. So you see these poison clouds that they've shot out of them. They're not a very big threat though. They're not anything you really have to worry about. Just kind of go around them and you can get that Twin Dragon Great Shield. The lightest of all Great Shields, made from wood and decorated with a two-headed dragon. Great Shields are the largest type of shield and offer both high stability and damage absorption, making it easy to deflect enemy attacks. Yeah, they're super heavy though, so you're not going to see too many people wielding Great Shields. So we just want to continue along our path. Go ahead and kill this dog before he does that. Oh my god. And we're dead. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. We're literally, it's unfortunate because there's a bonfire right there, but no worries whatsoever. We're gonna go ahead and ember up again. And we're just gonna sprint back down here. But this will give you another idea of like how to get where we're going. So just following the normal linear progression here. Go ahead and kind of bait these out. These guys aren't that dangerous one-on-one, but multiple of them, they can become a problem quickly. Excuse me. And they tend to pop out of like nowhere. Oh my goodness, these guys. like I said, multiple of them can get a little overwhelming. Don't forget this dog over here. The dog that helped end our lives in the last episode, or in the last life. Should be some souls down here. First of all, kill this guy. Second of all, get our freaking souls back. Now we're just gonna continue up the path up here because there is a bonfire right up this way. Right here. Giant Normo crab. We'll come back to him. We're not worried with him right now. We'll be back. There's a bunch of items in the swamp that we're not going to worry with right now. But we will be back. For now, though, just come around the side path over here. You'll notice a couple things. Well, first of all, you'll notice a hole in the wall right there. We will go in there, but not yet. Avoid that little spot for now as well, too. You'll also notice something very interesting right here. Hodrick? Possibly. Ignore Hodrick for now. And just focus along the path. Drop down here, get the Estus shard. Amazing! He's done it. And then watch out, because look what we got. One of these a-holes. Come on, friend. Like I said, keep your spacing and mind your stamina. Try not to block if you can help it. You really want to dodge roll as much as you can against these guys. Go ahead and claim your ember. Oh, the fire actually hurts. Oh, and it hurts him too. I've never noticed that. Bad news. Ooh. Like I said, hits like a tank. Dead. So these guys can be a little tough to kill, but you'll get the hang of them eventually. Anyway, circle back around here. And we'll get that item. So we're going to do one more thing before we end the episode. Again, we're not going to mess with the swamp area. We're not going to go down the hole. We are, however, going to go and summon our old pal, Hodrick. And we're going to fight him. Because why not? We've killed him twice already. Now you'll notice he has a lot more health than he did earlier. But not much more smarts. So what he just put on himself is oh, he parried us and then didn't attack us. So he's got power within on, which as you can see is draining his life. Ooh, you see how much damage that man just did to us? God dang. Yeah, don't let him parry you if you can help it. He is hard to fight here. But eventually he will run out of Estus. Like I said, the best thing to do with Hodrick is just outspace him if you can. And really, you really want him to put power within back on. The best thing with him, oh, you're out of Estus, is to just not be overly aggressive. You really want to be kind of conservative. because he can destroy you if given the chance. Oh! We died. Well, that's all it took, huh? We'll come back to him. We'll fight him in the next episode. Let's go ahead and respawn here. Lord. Good old Hodrick. Let's go ahead and ember up. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye!